Hello internet, my name is Xerox, and this is my rant on why I think The Loud House is a f***ing awful cartoon. Every single cartoon YouTuber has praised this cartoon for being the show that's saving Nickelodeon, and I think that this show is not saving Nickelodeon. It's still shit. I am going to put a compilation of various cartoon YouTubers praising The Loud House. Please note that I have nothing against the people being featured here or their opinions. I actually like some of the YouTubers featured here. I'm just doing this to showcase how much praise the show is getting. See what I mean? Every cartoon YouTuber has praised this cartoon endless times. And I've tried. Believe me, I've tried extremely hard to get into this cartoon. But I just can't. There are so many flaws in this show. So many things wrong with it. I've even had a personal incident with this cartoon, which I'll talk about later on in the rant. So, with all that bullshit out of the way, let's talk about why I hate The Loud House and why it is one of my most hated cartoons of all time. I'm not joking. I hate it that much. Lincoln and his sisters have got to be some of the blandest and most stereotypical characters I've ever seen in a cartoon. It's unbelievable. Lincoln is the generic 11-year-old boy who likes to read comic books and play video games. And although he is a bland character, he's nowhere near as stereotypical as his sisters. Lori is the stereotypical bossy millennial girl who's always on her phone, and always says literally. Lenny is the stereotypical dumb blonde of the family. Luna, who is the only sister I like, and no, it has nothing to do with her being bisexual, is the stereotypical rock star. Luan is the stereotypical bad comedian. Lynn is the stereotypical sports fanatic. Lucy is the stereotypical edgy goth emo girl. Lola is the stereotypical spoiled bratty princess girl. Lana is the stereotypical polar opposite tomboy who likes to do dirty things like playing in mud. Lisa is the stereotypical scientist. And finally, Lily is the stereotypical baby. I can't believe this cartoon has 11 main characters, and all of them are bland, stereotypical, and forgettable. At this point, it's well known that The Loud House has some infamously bad episodes, like No Such Luck or Brawl in the Family. I want to talk about these episodes, but they've been beaten to death. Also, I have some personal episodes that I hate with a passion. I'm going to talk about 3 episodes, each one getting worse than the one before, and I'm going to explain why they're a terrible episode. The first episode I want to talk about is The Sweet Spot. This is the least bad of the 3 episodes, but it still sucks. My main problem is that this episode is very redundant and lazy. The plot involves Lincoln spending all night trying to plan out how he'll get the sweet spot of the van. He then asks his sisters if they'll sit in certain areas of the van. After the sisters get suspicious, they end up fighting for the sweet spot and end up destroying the van. And this is all for a road trip that they don't even go to at the end, making the whole episode a complete waste of time. I don't care if this is an early episode of the show, or if this is a slice of life cartoon. There's no excuse for this episode to be this lazy. However, it is a masterpiece compared to the next 2 episodes. Moving on. The next episode I'm going to talk about is Selfie Improvement, and the only thing I have to say about this episode is,
how do you do, fellow kids?
That's all that needs to be said. The final episode is Serial Offender. This is the worst of the 3 episodes, mostly due to how idiotic it is. The plot involves Lincoln wanting to get a certain brand of cereal, because his mom thinks he's responsible enough. She lets Lincoln go on his own, but he must bring his sisters. When they get to the supermarket, everything goes wrong. All of the sisters start messing around in the supermarket, and this would be okay if it was only the young ones, like Lola or Lana, but no, all of the sisters mess around. Even the oldest sisters like Lori, Lenny, and Luna. That's stupid. Because of the misbehaving sisters, Lincoln and all the sisters get kicked out, and Lincoln doesn't get his cereal, and Lincoln gets all the blame even though the sisters caused it all. At the end of the episode, Lincoln gets his stupid cereal. This episode shows how flawed the Loud House can be, and I'm surprised the cartoon community doesn't look at the huge flaws the Loud House has that much. I don't have to say anything about this. It's extremely obvious why I'm putting this here. So, let's move on to the next reason. Let's be honest, you were all expecting this. The fanbase of the Loud House is unbelievably awful. Seriously, these people make the bronies that worship My Little Pony friendship is magic, and the quote-unquote geniuses that worship Rick and Morty look mature in comparison. Let's look at all of the flaws the Loud House fanbase has. Starting off, we have the sad Loud House videos. Sad Loud House videos are slideshows that are full of edgy Loud House fan art stolen from DeviantArt. They are extremely lazy and poorly made, and I don't know why some of these videos get over 1 million views. They are just slideshows. Also, these videos don't give credit to the artists featured in these videos. Finally, they are not sad at all. Moving on. Now, we're going to be looking at 2 YouTubers that make awful clickbait videos on the Loud House. The 2 channels I will be looking at are The Things and Kalobi Productions. Let's talk about The Things first. The Things is a YouTube channel that makes clickbait videos on the Loud House. I'm not kidding. If you were to go on their Everything Nickelodeon playlist, you will notice that half of the videos are Loud House related. That just shows how much they milk the Loud House for money and views. And they also rehash videos just to prove that they have no creativity at all. Look at these videos, and see if you notice a few repeating videos, as well as some awful original clickbait videos, including a video so bad, I had to make a response video to it, which was 5 TV shows that quote-unquote copied the Loud House. And if you watched the video, then you'll know why I put quotes around copied. Another video I want to mention from The Things is 10 Loud House characters as bodybuilders, which features what is very obviously artwork taken from DeviantArt. It's easily one of the worst YouTube videos I've ever seen in my days of being on YouTube. Now, time to talk about Kalobi Productions, who is slightly better than The Things, but is still bad. Kalobi Productions is an absolute goldmine of Loud House cringe. It's because of this that Kalobi commonly appears on my Loud House cringe compilations. Some of these videos are so bad that they are actually funny, which is why I think he's better than The Things, which makes content that is just plain awful. There isn't really any notable video from Kalobi that I want to mention, so I'm moving on. The last cringy thing about the Loud House fanbase that I want to talk about before moving on is Loudcest. Loudcest is basically when people ship Lincoln Loud with any of his sisters. For some reason, Lincoln, which is Lincoln x Lin, is the most popular Loudcest shipping. I don't know why it's the most popular, but I bet the reason is stupid. I don't want to talk about this god-awful fanbase anymore. Let's move on. Jesus, this rant is going on much longer than I thought. The humor in the Loud House is so painfully unfunny, particularly when it comes to the toilet humor. I don't understand why people get angry when shows like Teen Titans Go or Fanboy and Chum Chum have toilet humor, yet they don't mind it when the Loud House has equally unfunny toilet humor and butt jokes. I mean seriously, how the f are people not okay with this? Yet they are okay with this. Knowing that I just compared a cringy scene from Teen Titans Go to a cringy scene from the Loud House, I can't wait to see all of the people that'll respond to this part by saying, "Xerox, you dumb idiot. The reason why the first clip is cringy is because it's from Teen Titans Go, so it's automatically bad. But the second clip is from the show that's saving Nickelodeon, The Loud House, which means that it's automatically good and not cringy. Go do your research, Xerox, you stupid Teen Titans Go loving fanboy." And to that I say, First of all, I said that I hated both The Loud House and Teen Titans Go. And second of all, you've completely missed my point. Just because the first clip is from a widely hated show while the second clip is from a widely loved show doesn't mean that the second clip isn't as cringy as the first clip. That's idiotic. The next thing I want to address about The Loud House's unfunny humor is the Clyde nose bleeding running gag. This is the cringiest I've ever seen in a cartoon. And the sad part is, if it was in Teen Titans Go, it would be hated on by everyone in the cartoon community, but because it's from the perfect and flawless Loud House, it gets a pass. Bullshit. I mean seriously, who the would unironically find that funny? No one. There's nothing else about the Loud House's humor that I want to talk about, so I'm moving on to the sixth and final reason on why I hate the Loud House. As mentioned in the beginning, everyone has been praising this cartoon for being the show that's saving Nickelodeon, and truth be told, no it's not, at all. I hate that every cartoon YouTuber thinks Nickelodeon is becoming better, yet they only look at The Loud House and Season 9B present of SpongeBob, which also isn't as good as people make it out to be, although I don't hate it like The Loud House. Shows like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012, Harvey Beaks, and Welcome to the Wayne all get ignored. Not a single video from a single cartoon YouTuber praises these shows, and that makes absolutely no sense. The TMNT cartoon from the 80s and 90s was huge, so why isn't the 2012 cartoon huge? Come on, it's the TMNT, and Welcome to the Wayne gets ignored, all because some guy said that it was a Gravity Falls ripoff just because it was a mystery cartoon like Gravity Falls, which is bullshit because Gravity Falls isn't the first mystery cartoon ever made, and it certainly won't be the last. Now, everyone ignores Welcome to the Wayne like it's a cartoon play. It's major bullshit. Also, wouldn't it be a good thing that Welcome to the Wayne is a Gravity Falls ripoff? Hear me out. I know that Gravity Falls is a very popular cartoon, and people made a bunch of theories about it until it ended. Had Welcome to the Wayne actually got any attention, it would have been seen as a successor to Gravity Falls. People would be making a ton of theories on it, and it would have ended up becoming a cult classic Nicktoon, along with Invader Zim, Danny Phantom, and Avatar The Last Airbender. Of course not. Everyone would rather focus on Lincoln Loud and his bland, stereotypical, unfunny, cliche, stupid, blander than expired oatmeal sisters. God, I hate this cartoon. How is this considered the show that's saving Nickelodeon? How can people say that Nickelodeon is becoming better when this is the only non-SpongeBob Nicktoon people actually focus on? I'm done. This cartoon. Anyways, that is my rant on the Loud House. I know that I mentioned an incident that happened to me at the beginning of the video, but that will be for a later video due to this rant going on for way too long. When I make that video, it will feature my actual voice, because I feel that it would fit in more for a personal video. Finally, if you like the Loud House, that is perfectly fine. Just don't be a immature brat towards my opinion, and we'll all be good. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Goodbye.